Now, when you look at the aspects of CMOS farming, right? In my opinion, CMOS farming should not be called CMOS farming. It's barely even cultivating, right? Because the process, and many people don't know this, especially the ones that are against farming, they have no idea how the CMOS is actually grown. They assume that there's nutrients being put into it, that that man has some kind of hand in what's going on, that we're controlling the environment or certain aspects of the growth of the CMOS. And that could be like like that is the furthest thing from the truth. This is how CMOS is grown. Okay, there's CMOS in the wild. We go out into the area where the CMOS is in the wild. We get a bunch of CMOS, right? Let's say it's this big pile. We break a piece off and we attach it to like a piece of twine. That piece of twine is held on a long rope. That long rope gets put out into the water. That's it. Done. Come back 6 weeks later to 2 months later, and they harvest it, and they basically break off the sea moss and leave the little bit there, and then go take it. The only reason why they're putting it on a rope, on a twine, is so that when the water is moving it back and forth and stuff, the thing doesn't just fly everywhere and go, that it's there for when you need it. But the reality is there's sea moss everywhere in St. Lucia. And it's none of most of it is not attached to rocks, because what happens is the storm comes, it stirs up the water, the sea moss breaks off, and it floats around to wherever until it makes its way on shore, right? There's guys in St. Lucia that are divers, and basically all they do is go on the bottom of the seafloor and pick up the sea moss that's been floating around, right? They're not pulling it off the rocks. They're not because I'll say this: the sea moss pulling sea moss off the rocks um, is illegal in St. Lucia, and you can get fined and get into a lot of trouble. So I am always publicly going to be against farming sea moss, harvesting sea moss from the rocks and wild sea moss, because it's against the law.